guys, last stream I was on, Sekriyn kind of guided me through how to do traits, because I had no idea how to do traits. I was completely clueless as to it. So this is just a kind of recap on him showing me how to do traits from somebody who had no idea what they were doing. So if you were like me and just kind of like were confused, traits for dummies, so to speak, this is a good video for you. You can kind of see my thought process, my learning process, and hopefully you get something out of it. If you do, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, as always, hit that like button, help me out. All right, thanks guys. So first things first, right? We have our weapon trait, right? It's on there. It's a heavy attack chance, and I have 2 lock traits. What do I do first, man? Talk me through it. So let's do that first. I want to see this. So I'm looking at my greatsword. Do I click on the weapon here and then?
Traits, you can see their individual percentage chance that when you get this item dropped to you, it'll be what chance it'll be for that one trait.
Okay, so I see that I have hit chance, critical hit chance, heavy attack chance, undead bonus damage, which is weird, I guess, health regen, and stun chance.
Oh, there we go. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, you got 6.
Right, so right now I have heavy attack chance on there already, and I'm looking at this and like I'm guessing for me, what, probably hit chance and either critical hit or stun chance are gonna be the best?
Yes, critical hit is the one that you want. Yes, hit chance and critical hit chance would be your other 2 here.
Okay.
There are arguments to be made for health as well. How it works also is that not all weapons, even though they can be like the same type, they can have different traits. You could have, yes, like stun chance on different things, or health, but that for you, you don't have health. But for like a wand or like a different greatsword, there might be health.
Okay. So like going for a greatsword dagger build, I'm just going off what it is. Like hit chance and critical hit chance are gonna be the biggest ones, right?
If I would rank them, I would rank at the very top heavy attack chance, because that is just a flat chance to do twice the amount of your max crit damage.
Yeah, we've got heavy attack chance on there already, so now we want the other 2 traits we're looking at.
For then hit chance and critical hit chance on this.
Okay, so we want these top 3. Is there a way we can guarantee that we get these these on here?
So yeah, that's where the market comes into play. So if you click on just like the market icon next to any like the hit chance or critical hit chance.
Okay.
What this does is it sets your filter to filter for exactly that that trait. How it works is to unlock a trait, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can use trait unlock stones. You can use 100 of those to unlock a selected trait that you want, assuming that you don't have a second or third trait. Those slots are still open. You don't have a trait assigned to that equipment piece yet. The other way to guarantee it is by using a trait of the same exact equipment with the trait you want to put on your current weapon. So say you want
one is an it sounds like one is RNG. If I use trait stones as RNG?
No, it's guaranteed.
Okay, so I have 100 trait stones on. These are trait conversion stones. That's what I'm looking for?
So, okay, there's 2. There's conversion stones and there's unlock stones. Unlock stones are the ones that are a lot harder to get. Those are the ones that actually will unlock it. So, and the conversion stones is converting one trait you have to a different one. There is the guaranteed trait, let's see what it's exactly called.
I have 135 trait unlock stones.
Okay.
So what would be like if I mean, is it makes more sense to use the trait unlock stones, or does it make more sense to buy the trait and then unlock it that way?
So it depends. It depends on the piece of equipment. What I would say is that you would look at the auction house and see, and just like I would value these unlock stones very highly. So my go-to would be I would save those for pieces of gear that are hard to obtain. This would mainly include field boss, world boss gear. Those are drops that don't come by often. It's not something you can really farm for at all. It's completely chance. These prices are always going to be high on the market. So that's what I would save my unlock stones for, as opposed to something you can grind out in a co-op dungeon, you can get a pity for, which is these weapons here that drop from these co-op dungeons. Yeah.
Then on a different question for you, like I'm looking at like this trait. Does it have to be from a purple if I want to unlock the trait?
So to unlock the trait, you need to have the exact same rarity and the exact same item. So if you want to get this hit chance on your Duke Magnus Warblade, you need to have that Duke Magnus Fury Warblade with a hit chance trait off the market.
So I can't just like, okay, I see there are Duke Magnus Fury Warblades here. These are expensive though.
But I understand.
So it has to be the same type. It has to be the exact same thing. So
Yes, to
this
unlock
seems
it has
like-
to be the exact same thing.
But the
Okay.
story is different.
what about upgrading my heavy attack chance? Let's say I want to do that.
So to do that, there are, so with upgrading something, a trait you already have, it's a lot simpler this way. The requirements for upgrading it is you just need to have the same weapon type. So actually, sorry, not weapon type. It can be any weapon with that trait.
So like I'm looking at a great sword with like for heavy attack chance, just any great sword with heavy attack chance.
Any weapon. It can be any weapon with heavy attack chance.
Okay. Any weapon period, not just great
Yes,
swords?
yeah. To upgrade a trait, it can be any weapon period with the trait that you want to upgrade.
So let's look at our search criteria, right? We'll go with rare,
Sure, you can draw
and then we'll do heavy attack chance on the trait. Let me find that.
Let's go at the bottom.
Okay, on weapons, apply. All right, so the cheapest one that I see here is a couple of Shadewalker daggers at 30 solid or Lucent. So would that be I just buy that and then what happens?
So how it works is because blue, this is a lower rarity than the purple that you have that you're trying to infuse that trait into. You
Yeah.
don't have a guarantee that it'll go. It's about I think it's a 10% chance that it will succeed. And if it fails, what comes into play is the blessing system, is basically a pity system, where if you have enough blessing, it adds enough percentage, basically gets you a guarantee, or you can do it before a guarantee, and you can just get percentage chance added to the next time you try to add a blue, and try to get it, you can, use that, you can use your blessings and try to guarantee it, or just have a higher chance to have it succeed.
Okay, so I should start this with a couple of blues and then build stacks, yeah?
You would have to, so obviously looking at how expensive, you would just value it based off how expensive it would be to get, like, so it's, you get 40 blessings per attempt if you fail the enhancement, essentially. And you need about, like, for purples, I think it's like 450 to guarantee, like, the extra 90% off that base 10% to get 100% guarantee off of blue. You would need about like 450 blessing, which is about, then yeah, you need to buy at least 12 blues. 12
Yeah,
blue.
like it looks like the blues are average going for about 70 something, like 75-ish, right?
Right, so then you would value that against the purples, which is one purple is like just absolute flat out guarantee of one level.
So that's 420 per that. So I guess simplest way to do it is do division, right? So like 420 divided by 70.
Just based off of the you saying that the blues were going for average 70, already puts it way over. Getting 12 at 70 would be already blow over that 400 or whatever for a blue, or for a purple heavy attack chance.
It'd be 6. So I'd have 6 attempts on a blue to make this exact value of 1 purple.
Right, versus getting just a guarantee. So it's dependent. It's a lot more, for other pieces of gear, it can be a lot more obvious which one you should go for. So it's definitely a case-by-case basis.
So I'm like, right now I picked up 1 blue that looked like it was cheap. It was like 60. And also, is there a way to arrange these by sales price?
It should
Looks
go
like I
from
did it.
cheapest to highest. Or, yeah, it should start from the cheapest already at the top.
Hey, Kris, welcome. We're going over traits right now, and Sek here is teaching me about the trait unlock system in Throne of Liberty. So I'm learning something right now, and I figured it'd be beneficial for everyone to learn at the same time. Now, some of you guys are very familiar with this. I'm not. This part to me is not very clear. So I learned by doing, which is what I'm trying to get to with Sek. He's gonna put me through my paces on at least one of these, and once I've done one, it'll make sense for all of them. So I need to just go through it. So I bought one blue. So what is the next logical step? So I bought one blue. We determined that it takes 6 blues to be the same cost as 1 purple, which is a guarantee, right? It's a guaranteed upgrade.
Yes, 1 purple is just a guaranteed flat out upgrade.
Is it always going to be a guaranteed upgrade, like even at level 2 and level 3?
Yes.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's do some Gamba. We'll buy a few of these, right? It's weird that I have to refresh it every time because it keeps like giving me the purple.
Just set the filter, I think. Just get rid of the epics and just do rares for now.
Okay, so we're grab so far like 5. We'll grab one more here. All right, that should be good. All right, now we're in game. We've made our purchases. So we have looks like 5 items. So now what do I do with these 5 items?
So, you open up your enhancement tab. It's the same one for leveling, it's the same for transferring, and the last tab is called trait.
Okay, I'm there.
So within the trait menu, you can see that you have all your blues that you just bought on your right side. And it tells you, right underneath the weapon in the middle, that it has a 10% enchant percentage, like a chance. And I'll tell you
No, I don't want to use my blessings, right? I would want to save this for, like, say, the next trait, right?
So that's the thing too. So heavy attack chance tends to be one of, if not the more expensive ones to level. What people can do is that they would level other traits that are less expensive and gather blessings that way. They'll purposely basically try to fail as many times on those to get as many blessings onto that as possible, and then use that blessings for the more expensive traits. So if you see for Duke Magda's like Fury Warblade, something like the trait that's probably not great out of these 6 is health regen. People will, it's an option to add that, level it up with a bunch of blues and fail a bunch of times so you can generate a bunch of blessings and use all those blessings to guarantee the more expensive one being heavy attack chance.
But in this case, I have heavy attack chance only. I'd have
So in
to
this case,
unlock it.
yeah, you just have one trait.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit a chant on this one and try it out.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't learn anything in that experience because it just went.
So that right there is a quote-unquote failure, right? It said it succeeded and it gave you 40 blessings, and it didn't level up your trait too.
I see. So even though it says success, it didn't really level up my things.
Right. It didn't
But
do anything.
so it says use blessing as an option. Like I can just not use my blessing when I do this. Can I? Would it be beneficial for me not to use my blessing, or should I always use my blessing in this case?
If you use your blessing, it'll reset the blessings you have, and that extra percentage chance will go away. So this is the way to gamble, right? You can decide whether or not you want to use your blessings and determine whether that percentage chance is enough for you.
Now with my blessing, this is an 18% chance. So we'll tap it again.
If you do so, you'll lose that 8% chance, and you'll be set back down to 0. But you'll get another 40 back for attempting.
Okay, so we're at 40% now. So I should just continue tapping without using my blessings to build the blessing up.
Right.
I got it.
Obviously, the most safe way would be to just go over a guarantee. Right.
Okay, so now my blessing is 120. So if I put that in, it increases my trait chance to 34%. Do I understand that right?
Yes.
Okay, so I shouldn't have tapped with blessing. I'm going to tap one more time without blessing, and then we'll build it up a little bit so we can tap with blessing. So now we're at blessing 160. Now we need to get another weapon from the marketplace. What's this exclamation mean? 50%
That
higher
means that it
than
is
the average price?
higher than the average. You don't need to specifically greatsword again. You can just go back to all. I don't know why it wasn't showing, but
Okay. Is there a way to, if this is higher than the average, is there a way to see the average?
yeah, it'll tell you the average if you click on it.
Well, they all do. Like see how this one's like 58 items 80% higher than the average price. So how do I see the actual lowest version of that, lowest value of that? Lowest price is 10. So how do I do this?
It'll say on the third line what the actual average is, and then it'll tell you towards the bottom like how actually expensive it is, right?
It says this is the list price. Highest list price is 280. Average price is 75. Lowest list price is 10. I want to buy it at the lowest price. So his current lowest available price is 72.
Yeah, that's basically all that's telling you. The lowest highest price is those first two that you see are what the lowest one has sold at and what the highest one has sold at. Yeah, you can see at the very bottom before it splits off to the purchase total, it says the lowest current available price is 72, which is the one you're looking at.
I see.
Or actually,
Okay.
you're looking at one that's 73, so one up. So that is it basically tells you that's the current state of the market, that people are buying these, and the price is shooting up.
Okay, so we bought two. Let's tap it.
Yeah, again, it doesn't have to be a greatsword, but those are the cheapest ones right now, so that just works out. That doesn't. It being the same weapon type has no bearing. Again.
All right, now we're at 200 blessing. So it's a 50% chance if I use a blessing.
Right. It's around the 450, I believe. It's 450, I believe, to guarantee to get plus 90% to get a full 100% on base, I believe.
In this case, I've already used 6, so it would have probably been better for me just to buy the guaranteed, huh?
Yes.
Well, we
So at
learned.
this point, you could have bought, just that one purple and just got it guaranteed. Now you're in this spot where basically the gamble failed. You're now looking at, you have to buy another 6 more to get a guarantee.
Oh man! So if you pop the blessing
It'll
and it
consume
fails,
all of it and set you back to
that is such
square zero, basically.
butts, dude.
Square
That
one.
is butt. Oh, it's awful. Well, then let's just buy it outright, because that would have made. Let's skip the RNG pain of it, and then just go right to it.
So yeah, just set the filter back to epics, and just pick up any epic weapon that has heavy attack chances to trade.
So it's this. So technically, I want 3 though, right?
If you want to go straight to maxing it out, yes, you would want 3.
Okay, we've done that.
The same thing, just open up the trait enhancement menu, and you'll see all your purples on the right, and you'll see that you have just a guaranteed chance for it to go.
So this is where when I get an item drop, I should really be looking at the trait, because it could be, if the trait's even worth 70, it's worth extracting, right? So how do I extract the trait if I want to, like, let's say I want to pull a trait off an item? How do I extract an item trait?
So in your inventory, at the very bottom, the second option at the very bottom from the left is the trait extraction menu. And when you open that up, you can put any equipment you have in your inventory into it, and it'll tell you, it'll allow you to extract it, and it'll tell you how many stones you need to extract that trait. And the cool
Those
thing
stones
is,
are the trait extraction.
extraction stones, it's the little red stones.
Okay. And that you can get in-game or through...
With a multitude of ways in game, inside the guild
I
contract
see them.
shop.
You can get them off these contract coins. You can get a ton of them
420 of them
on a weekly limit. This is where I should be blowing my contract coins on, realistically.
Yes, it's a good one. The thing to note is that you don't need to extract, like Miss said, you don't need to extract the trait unless you're trying to sell it on the market. You can just infuse the gear that you have dropped as it is into your own gear.
Okay, now back to the trait unlock stone. I have other traits on this piece of equipment. I want to unlock them. Do I use the trait unlock stone?
The way you do that is, so going back to what I said before, the trait unlock stone is one way, and the other way is to get the exact same weapon with the trait you want. And you can buy that trait off the market the same way, but this time you would have to buy that exact same weapon with that trait you wanted.
Okay, but that's expensive. That's very expensive for this weapon.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, in your case, then you could go ahead and use a trade extractions or unlock stone, and if you figured that the value of that is worth it, because it's really not easy to get these unlock stones right now. We haven't gotten the ability to craft them yet, like Korea does, and so they're basically just being very slowly given to us. You get like 3 per like a Mystic Portal or Mystic Globe, and it's basically a big hassle to try to get these right now.
But I mean, on a weapon, it's kind of an important piece. So the second most important piece I should go for is hit chance.
The easy way to tell always is you can just look at the market for the exact weapon. You can see what's most expensive, what's least expensive. There's always going to be a 3-3 split of things that are going to be way more expensive, and because those are the 3 traits that people are putting onto their weapons, so those are getting pushed higher.
All right, so we've unlocked the hit chance trait now. We want to max this one out.
Right on. So again, same thing. You would just maybe first check the blues, see if the blues are worth getting a bunch of. If not, then just going for the guaranteed purple.
So the easiest way to do that would be to go to the trait in the thing, hit the trait
And set
list,
your focus.
go to hit chance, and that sets my filters automatically. And these are way cheaper than the heavy attack chances.
Theoretically, sure.
This is 40 on a blue, and a purple is 270 or something like that. 230. So it still seems to make sense here. 40, you're talking about 5 attempts and then you've broken even versus an attempt where you can just tap it once.
Right, you would need about 12 blues to get a guarantee.
So yeah, that doesn't math out. It's better just to buy the purple.
Skip the gambling part and then just go straight into getting what you want.
Okay, so we bought 3 of these. Now we're going to unlock the trait.
In the next siege warfare.
Looks like I missed one. Maybe I didn't buy it. I thought I bought it.
What you do?
Where he's showing me how to do traits and unlocking my traits, and I'm just learning about the system in general. So I kind of understand it. I've unlocked it. It just seems very expensive, but when I'm grinding dungeons,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, but like I've learned something. So I'm grinding dungeons. I should 1000% be looking for traits to unlock that I can then sell and then make the money back, basically.
Yes, you should be basically looking at any piece of like let's start with blue gear, even just blue gear. Any piece of blue you can sell for a decent chunk of money. Any trait that is valued, these would be basically, like we said, heavy attack chance, critical, hit chance, health. There are a couple others, but those are always ones to look out for because they will sell. And if not sell, they are usable to you, depending on the piece of gear it drops for.
Okay, so let me go grab that last one for the hit chance. Okay, and then we're gonna unlock it, and then we'll have maxed out the hit chance on this. I mean, this is honestly, it seems like it's a lot, but this is something that I would either, unless it's a blue, you should kind of reserve her best in slot items.
Exactly. Why people suggested trading out blues is because, as you saw, the market for blues and traits is obviously relatively cheaper than purples. And so why do people fully trade out blues, and why do people push for this rather than saying, oh, just go straight to purples? Well, the thing is that when you fully trade out a blue, so 4 levels in each of the 3 traits, when you transfer that blue into a purple like you do usually to get those, you know, like from 0 to 6 off of a base purple, transferring your +9 blue, you would get those levels, and you'd also get some blessings. And that amount of blessings you get is based on how many trait levels you have on that blue. So for example, a maxed out blue with 4 levels in all the 3 traits would get you about 800 blessings into your purple, which is about just a little shy of two levels of purple trait. Anyone you want, right?
If I want to sell, I can't like sell a dungeon drop like a Duke Magna Fury Warblade. Like if I went and got another one, I couldn't sell that one on the marketplace, right? I could extract the trait and sell the trait, but I couldn't sell the weapon.
Yeah, all purple co-op dungeon weapons are unsellable on the market as equipment. The only thing you can sell is the trait that they have.
And then I need trait extraction stones, which are kind of hard to get, right? I have 55 on hand.
The trait extraction stones are not hard to get. It's the conversion stones and the unlock stones that are hard to get.
So the next logical step for me would be, right now, I still need my daggers, right? I could, though, go grind the dagger dungeon, and if I get like a crossbow or a bow drop, extract that trait for, well, it wouldn't make sense unless it's a blue. And blue would make more sense to extract than sell on the market, wouldn't it? Or I suppose I could sell the purple because people need it. So I'm learning a lot here. I'm just trying to see what the most logical step for me to take at this point in time is. So I think maybe I need to knock out my contracts real quick, right? Do 10, then hit a dungeon, right? And farm out my dungeon currency, and then take all that currency and go to the open world dungeon. Is that about right?
Yeah, it sounds very solid because
So
during
that's what we'll
entire
do.
time you're getting drops.
Yep, that's what we'll do. And then if I get really lucky, I'm looking for I would have to farm the instance again for another Duke Magna Fury Warblade with a crit chance trait on there, or I have to earn enough Lucent to buy it.
Yeah, and then from then on, to upgrade it, you just need any weapon with the critical hit chance to upgrade it, whether it be a blue or a purple, like we discussed before.
So I've been basically critically failing this because I have not been doing anything in terms of my traits at all. I've basically been ignoring traits for the time being. So I need to start really seriously looking at my traits and increasing my stats that way, because traits definitely go into your gear score. Like I'm looking at my gear score went up by like 50 just by unlocking those 2 traits to max.
The traits are massive for your gear
Each trait
score.
level is basically, each trait level is 5 gear score.
Okay, so this is important. All right, I've increased my heavy attack chance by 80. How do I really get a grasp of what my stats honestly do for me? Like, where can I look at my stats? Here, I see stat details.
There you go.
And then, so let's look at my heavy attack chances. What? Melee heavy attack chance is just 80. So it's just the 80 that I put on there.
Right.
Do I have any baked into my, like, do I not have any baked into my character or my kit?
So yeah, the way you would look for those is usually, I know off a greatsword. Greatsword has a melee attack chance, heavy attack chance passive in their mastery tree.
Yeah, so I would then take this number, 80, and add it to whatever that is. But how do I understand what that's like percentage-wise? So, okay, for every 10 points of difference, increases the chance by 1%. So on my weapon, I've gained 8% of heavy attack damage. And that's on every strike, not just specific abilities, correct?
Yes.
And now if we look at Guillotine, Guillotine says deals 680% of base damage, deals 884% of base damage to collision or prone or shock targets. Amplified, it doesn't say anything about heavy attack, but like if I use precision dash, it puts on a multiplier for heavy attack. Like it will be a 1.5 seconds of increased heavy attack chances. Trying to understand this here. Let's see.
The way that they've done crit and heavy attack is so different than pretty much every other element.
Critical hits are basically your full weapon's attack damage, whereas heavy attack is double the attack damage. So really the words are schwip-schwapped.
Exactly.
Now that part I do know.
And even further weird is the fact that the heavy attack is not a single attack at double damage. It's quite literally 2 separate strikes. You just strike twice for the amount. It's like an extra attack.
I've seen that happen. Like I've seen, I'll say times 2. Yeah,
that's your heavy
X2.
attack.
Okay, so when it says X2, that's a heavy attack success.
Yes.
Okay, that makes plenty of sense. And we want more of that as much as possible, obviously. All right, so I need to get smart on my gear. Like, that's really what I feel like my rotations in terms of how I'm using my skills, I understand them. I like my build. Now it's time for me to focus on gearing, right? So this is where, like, when I'm fighting fights, I don't feel like I'm being out-skilled. I feel like I'm just being out-geared. I need to fix that by not allowing that to happen by getting myself stronger. So, on that note, I'm gonna hit my contracts, and then we'll do some co-op dungeons, and then we'll do the outdoor dungeons. How's that work? How's that sound to you guys?
It's fine with me. I need to do Tyrant.
You want to come? You want to come with me to do the contracts, or you want to do your own contracts?
I can come with you. It's fine.
Okay. The only thing about contracts, I feel like, because if I roll a contract and I share it with you, you don't get my same final reward. You're kind of nerfing your contracts.
Sharing contracts is not the way to go.
So I think what we should do is instead get contracts in the same area.
Yeah, and then we just blitz the whole area.
Yeah. So let's go to Watcher's Post.
I'm already there, and I have a prep.
And any hunters that are sitting here listening, you guys are welcome to join me in this chat and welcome to join me on this journey. You guys are like fully welcome. I see your X. Let me invite you. So this is how we're going to do it. Kris, do you want to come along? Oh, Kris, I'm seeing your updated emotes. That one on the right looks really good. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. Do you want to come with us? We're about to do this. We're going to do it the same way we did it yesterday, where you pick up your bounty contracts, I pick up my contracts, and we just do the same area. All right, Kris is going to load up the game. We're going to aim for... I never get tier 2 contracts, dude. I just never do. What's going on, Grim? I'm sorry, guys. I've been ignoring chat. I'm trying to learn something, and when I'm like learning something, I need to lock in. So that's what I've been doing. I've been locking in. I'm now kind of... I've been locking in, so now I'm kind of at the point where I understand what I'm looking for, and I know what my next path is, and I'm going to take that path. I'm just gonna, I'll grab a phono space in tier 1. Dude, like I said, I never see tier 2s. Like I've the last like 10 refreshes, I haven't seen tier 2s.
Tier 2s in the next bit.
So okay, Kris is saying there was a tier 2 on my last one, and I missed it somehow. I'm an idiot.
Zar_0 subbing for 36
Thank you so much,
months.
Zar_0.
Question of time's passage. Leave philosophical ponderings
Damn,
aside.
36 months on that tier sub. Zar_0, look, I got some for you.
Holy fuck, I got that fucking mega roll.
There you go, buddy. That's for you.
They're all orcs.
I love this move. So stupid. Okay, let me see. Grab, Ruins of Tervain. I don't hate these areas. I don't hate Ruins of Tervain. I don't hate Phonos Basin. I don't mind them all.
All of mine are in orcs, but I've got 3 tier 2s and 2 pouches.
That's a fucking good roll, bro.
Yeah.
Another no tier 2s, no pouches. I'm going for these rare polished crystals, and outside of that, like that seems the right path to take, right? If you don't have a pouch or something.
It's basically boils down to like what armor, like what section of your gear you're going to be focusing on.
Oh, I got a tier 3 contract.
Like you want to upgrade your weapons, you want to upgrade your armor, you want to upgrade your skills, like whatever you're trying to do. If it's skills, you go parchment. If it's armor, you go orange crystals. If it's fucking crafting, you go polished crystals. If it's weapons, you go red crystal. So on and so on.
Give me 1 second here to thank Zero properly. Zero, bro, I can't thank you enough. I know that you are a regular tier 3 subscriber, so that's huge. 36 months is massive. That kind of support, man, I appreciate that so much, Zero. Thank you, brother. All right, let's head out to Phonospace and knock out the Phonospace ones first. It looks like I did roll a second tier 2 on that page. I haven't seen it. I'm like talking about never seeing a tier 2 and then I go tier 3 and then a tier 2 on the same page.